Hello everyone watching this video about Valorant, apparently. I am an OT student in Australia, and I'm in my second year. I was peaked D3 if you're wondering, and I'm now in P2 because I am a dumbass. But my voice sounds rough right now because I am sick. Um, I guess I wanted to start off this video by talking about laziness. This is not some wake up at 5 a.m. Just go harder, or just stop being weak. That type of stuff. Like that's not true motivation. That's just kind of false, pretentious stuff that people say online. Um, I guess OT is the type of thing that looks at it scientifically. It looks how it looks at how people actually function day to day, and people who have routines. Maybe you have some habits, roles that you undertake, like maybe you have a job, maybe you take care of children, maybe you take care of your grandparents, maybe you take care of something, right? Or you have another role, like I don't know, but it's very broad. The environment that you live in, the environments that you do visit, the daily motivation that you may have, what is the purpose of what you're doing, if you ever looked into that, um, and your overall health, maybe truly, what health really means to you. Maybe health meaning you have to be, benching 100 kilograms every single day or something, or maybe you just need to walk for 5 minutes. People have different perspectives on health, and I guess just the overall meaning of everything that you do in life. Now, how laziness ties into all of this is that laziness is not a trait. Being lazy in your routines, habits, roles, maybe your environment, motivation, health, and meaning is not a sign that something in your life is not, supporting you properly. Laziness can be something like it just isn't who you are. In an OT lens, it's just it doesn't exist. It happens when your routine, maybe it breaks. Maybe a relationship falls, or maybe your work cuts you off, or you can't access a specific environment anymore. Specific stuff like that. Your coping mechanisms, and I guess your self-trust, maybe you as a person, may start falling apart. When people actually say they're lazy, it can mean, a various amount of things, a copious amount of things. Oh my goodness. As a university student and as someone who works in allied health, I guess people, when they say they're lazy, there is really a deeper meaning into it. Maybe you yourself are overwhelmed, maybe you're a bit tired, maybe, you sleep at 4 a.m. at night like I do, and wake up at 2 sometimes because you have no structure. And I guess from all of that type of stuff, you do not know where to start to really, I guess, fix laziness. You really have to look at behind the reasoning. Maybe maybe you're avoiding something. Maybe you feel behind in schoolwork, sometimes like that. Or maybe you just lost trust in yourself. Laziness becomes an extremely easy label to attach because it sounds like an explanation, right? But it doesn't really do all of that. It Laziness as a word does not tell you you cannot start. It doesn't tell you why you keep avoiding. It doesn't tell you why you feel stuck. It also doesn't tell you why, simple tasks like doing your laundry, maybe doing some chores around the house, or doing your homework. Why these simple tasks feel heavy. It does not tell you that. Once you label yourself as lazy, you stop looking deeper into yourself. You turn your own functional problems into your own personality problems. These types of behaviors, laziness might describe, but it doesn't explain the root cause of why you yourself are being lazy. I guess where that starts is, I guess your relationship with yourself. The way you speak to yourself changes how you function. Calling yourself lazy, useless, undisciplined, these, labels makes you what you are. Um, it really leads to, tasks feeling very personal and confronting. You yourself are not just avoiding the task anymore. You are just avoiding, the shame carried by that task. The shame cycle of maybe you're avoiding something, you feel guilty, and then you call yourself lazy, and then you feel worse, then you keep avoiding it, and the routine just completely breaks. To really know yourself is to trust yourself. You need to stop believing yourself when you say that you will study later, that you will go to the gym tomorrow. I guess, I'll fix my sleep, that type of stuff. I'll clean my room, um, that type of stuff. You just completely stop believing yourself when you say that, because you should really just do it. What's the point of leaving it to later? Maybe you are busy, but as soon as you're free, just do it. I guess the main thing here is that these types of broken routines can turn yourself into a broken relationship. As in, you have a broken relationship with yourself, sorry. Sometimes, I guess, the hardest part is not doing the task itself, like those tasks that I just listed. It is facing the type of person you are right now, not saying that you won't change, that keeps not doing it. Again, I guess with that relationship with yourself, it also interplays with your routine. I guess a routine in an OT lens, it's not just productivity. Routines give you your structure, your daily, everyday structure. Um, it kind of makes a sense into your brain of what comes next in your day. Um, and it really does reduce the amount of effort you need to start, especially when you know, oh, I should just be doing this right now because I always do it during this time. I guess an example would be I I didn't go to the gym for 1.5 months because I just put it off. Maybe some personal things happened with me, some other stuff like that. But I laid it off, and recently I've just started going. Because of that, every single day I've been going. Well, not really every single day, but majority of the days of the week I'll be going. And it really does reduce the amount of effort that you need to start in doing something. Doing it every day, or doing it, at least twice a week, really just reduces the amount of strain of thinking about it and just actually doing it. Now, I guess with that entire gym thing, some days you do feel motivated, some days you do feel like doing jack shit, and some days your routine actually does carry you when that type of motivation disappears. I guess maybe, when your routine breaks, your sleep gets worse, your mood definitely gets worse. Oh my goodness. University feels a lot harder than it usually does, and the gym feels harder than it usually does. I guess, you know, routines support your participation, especially in everyday life. It gives you a sense of identity in the fact that you're always doing something. It also gives you confidence because you are doing those types of things, and it just overall helps your well being. the main takeaway here, I guess, is routine is a system. It's not scientific, it's proven, it's just everyday stuff. It helps people function, and without it, even basic life feels way heavier than it's supposed to be. So, I guess to try and tie all of this ramble jamble at 2 a.m. together, laziness is not a fixed trait, it's dynamic. That defines really who you are as a person. I guess a lot of the time, laziness is just the word we use. Yes, I use it too, guys, don't worry. When someone is struggling to try and function, but we just don't know why. From an OT perspective, it really does matter because, from what I've seen, people do not function in isolation. Oh my goodness. We function in routines, our habits, our roles, what I've just listed, our environment, our health, motivation, relationships, and the meaning of what we do every day. So, when someone says, I'm lazy, maybe the better question isn't just saying, why am I like this? The better question to ask yourself is, what part of my life is not supporting me right now? And you don't necessarily have to fix it straight away. Knowing half the question, sorry, knowing how the question is 50% of the answer. Um, and I guess maybe you could question yourself on, is it my sleep, my routine, my environment, is it your stress? Is it something that you're avoiding? Is it because you don't trust yourself anymore? Is it because you don't have any more structure? As soon as you understand that laziness is not a personality problem and starts becoming something you can work with, right? You can rebuild a routine in a week. Say Monday, you just, go for a coffee, go to uni, after uni, take your transit of choice and then just go to the gym and then just study after. As long as you can rebuild one routine, you've already proven to yourself that you can rebuild every other routine in your week. You can fix one part always. You can fix your environment, you can fix you as a person can fix, I guess, as long as you identify it and know the supports for it, your occupation as well, because that is a massive thing. At least have one thing just show up. You can slowly prove to yourself that you are capable of doing what you would said you would do if you actually did it. And I think that's the main point. Don't just rebuild your life because you hate yourself into becoming better. Rebuild it because you can create systems that help you function again. As long as it's a small routine, habit, or something in your day that gives you structure and meaning. So maybe you are not truly lazy. Maybe you are, routines just broken. Maybe your environment is not just supporting you. Maybe your coping strategies are doing a little bit too much. Maybe you are tired and you actually do need to go to bed earlier. Please go to bed earlier. Don't go to bed at 2 a.m. Do not lose trust in yourself. Do not lose your own trust in yourself at all for a bit. And if you do, try and find out why. It just does not mean that laziness is just, embedded in who you are forever. It's just your life just needs to be rebuilt. Life being a very big picture, just minimize it into smaller things. Because looking at it in a more detailed perspective rather than just looking at everything at the same time, it's just a lot harder to process it. Anyways, that's just something I've been thinking about as an OT student and as someone who is also trying to figure out life like you are. If you watched this far, thank you so much. This is the first time I've ever done this. And yeah, I've just Valorant gameplay in the back. ground. That's fucking crazy. Anyways, maybe I'll do more of these if you guys let me know.